Moving on to construction manager's report.
Yep, similar to Tim's report, nothing new from us for the most part. Just a little bit more of a narrowed down, I guess, or itemization of what we have open. So for closeout docs of the project, we're 3/4 of the way there. We've collected all those documents, them and gotten them approved. So warranties, attic stock, owner training, etc. So 3/4 of the way there. Punch list items of the close to 2,000 items that we had created for the project. We have less than 50 open right now, specifically 37. So that 1% of the list is also due with some commissioning items that were also opened by BVH. So those are getting tackled this September. And then beyond that, today was the first day of school. I was on site, little to no issues on site. Everything seemed to go pretty smooth. So just wanted to report that to the rest of the team. Outside of that, no major updates from our end other than just continuing to work with Tectonic Colliers and wrap up the closeout side of the project, including the financials.
How far, if I can ask, how far did the parent drop pickup traffic back up onto the Mungertown, or how far did it get on Mungertown?
Well, I can answer that quickly. It was we had it was pretty good this morning. It was less than optimal this afternoon. So it's a combination of a couple things. You know, it's new school year. They're gonna work. I'm gonna honestly, I feel like we need to give them at least another 4 or 5 days, and then we may send out the friendly reminder that we do provide buses. You should take a bus. But it was a bit cumbersome this afternoon.
Yeah, imagine the parents showed up early, and did they stay in their cars, or did they start walking out of cars? And
well, the traffic backed up on Mungertown to all the way down to Darenthal and a little bit past.
Yeah,
and then it also backed up to Green Hill and then on to Green Hill and both directions. So the problem being is that buses that were coming from the south were forced to go into the opposite lane of traffic to get to the school, which is really not an ideal situation. But again, first day of school, new school, you know, lots of parents want to see the building. So we're gonna discuss some things tomorrow morning and then work out some more details later on.
Understood. Any takeaways with the parking, the four-way stop on Mungertown?
No, that's been pretty good.
Okay.
Well, there is one thing that we've been discussing with Sam DeBura. I'll give you a little heads up. There's some discussion of maybe widening that curve and seeing if we can get Mizzy back to move the hydrant. These are all open, you know, kind of brainstorm ideas, but I can talk to you more in detail later on.
Got it.
Peter, are you talking about the curb on the north for the bus lot or on the south?
It's on the Green Hill to Mungertown Road north side.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, well, I would kind of expect there'd be some bumps the first day, especially getting used to the pattern. I bet you like 50% of the parents tried to pick their kids up, or what you did to guess?
I would say over 50% of the kids, over 50% of the parents tried to pick up their kids from school. They may have made it a nice arrangement with the kids saying, hey, listen, take the bus in the morning and I'll pick you up this afternoon. Because that's what it seemed like, because it wasn't that bad in the morning.
Yeah, but people drop and go, right? But they're
yeah.
Yep. Bus is okay. I know the buses. I mean, if they could get into the bus bays, they made it okay.
That was not so much of an issue. We have a couple dumpsters that need to get out of there, and I think that they're going to be gone by tomorrow. But for the most part, all the buses was actually I was very concerned about it. It went better than I thought. It was the parent pickup and drop off that was just that was where the congestion really relied. It got deep.
Yeah, I can imagine. And the buses supposedly stagger in, right? Even the pickups are staggering in, right? So they're releasing.
Yep. Yeah. So we can, you can get all the buses in that whole area. It's just a matter of, they stack them up and then they put them in the bus circle. And the way they arrange it is they get those other buses out of the circle and then they kind of feed them in from the stacked parking. But that worked out very well.
Oh, good. I was worried about that. I figured the parents we have like 250 capacity for like 250 cars in the parent pickup. It's the biggest parent pickup in the world, but
yep. Yeah. And we probably had all of that and some.
Well, day one off the congratulations. Moving on, since we're tight for time, moving on to Adam, if you've got your tight agenda for us.
Yeah. So just an update on the playground, the surfacing, they worked on it over the weekend and the holiday. The surfacing installation was completed yesterday. It needs a couple days to set up, and we've got the testing scheduled for Friday. As I mentioned, there's a couple of dumpsters that we're trying to hound people to get out of the way because they're taking up a couple spots over by the bus areas. Other than that, the other item I would mention, we talked about closeout, and obviously there's a bunch of smaller furniture and ADIT items to complete as the other straggler pieces of equipment, mounts and that type of thing come into play. The other item that was in the packet that there's no action item on, but just to kind of close the loop, was the hazmat report for Ryerson from Langen was completed. If you recall or don't recall, many months ago, we retained Langen to do the initial sampling and testing study over at Ryerson to get a sense of what was in that building. So that report was the result of that effort. Still some additional data needed and potentially some more testing might be prudent, but those are items that be discussed over the coming weeks. So just wanted to feed that report to you all because there is an initial invoice from Langen to that effect. Any questions on any of that before I roll into procurement and invoices?
Nope. I think we're good, right?
All right, I'll share my screen per usual. So first, only two procurement items. First one, no action. It's just for reference for one loan mount that was needed for a one-off condition for Town IT's vendors to install. So that was approved on an expedited basis for $144 between meetings. So just reporting back on that. And then the only other item for procurement, and this one does have a potential vote. This is ATP 120, which we reviewed last meeting, but was put on pause until some of the committee members could take a look in the field of what we were talking about. So this is for $5,187 to provide the double swing gate on the west playground up by the fence on the hill there to facilitate maintenance for the grass there. Any questions on this ATP?
And will that have a lock on it, or how is that going to be controlled? Is there going to be a?
Peter, I don't know. Would you throw a lock on there, or?
We'd leave it open. It's got to have the instant access to get out just in case of an emergency.
Okay, but it's like up above the wall, right? So it
Yep.
won't be kids won't be wandering out. Hopefully.
No. It's and we're going to use it also every day to get in and out of there for cleanup and so on.
Okay, got it. Any other
So-
questions on that? I think most of the building committee were able to take a look at that when we were in the field. So without much further ado, would someone like to make these motions?
Sure, I'll do it. I make a motion to approve ATP 0120 for the change to Gilbane's existing construction contract in the amount of $5,187 for the additional double swing gate at the West Pre-K playground per facilities request.
Do you have a second? Thank you, Woody. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right. Then agenda item 6, the invoice packet for this evening, including some invoices from Canon, who's the town's vendor that manages the big work center copiers. So those needed to get moved over through them. The wireless access points that were delivered for the vendor Presidio. Also Presidio for additional power supplies for the data closets. The flags that were installed in the classrooms, and then the hazmat study that I just mentioned. They'll have Langen will have additional invoices for some of the other time that was spent on it, but this was the first invoice from them. And then the monthly bill from Tecton as the architect for a total of just over 79,000.
Would someone like to read the motion?
I
Invoice?
make the motion to approve invoice package dated 9/2/2025, including invoices from Canon, Presidio, Insalco, Langen, and Tecton for the approval of $79,645.07.
Do we have a
I'll
second?
that.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me get back to the agenda. We're flying through public comment. Any public?
No public.
I assume not. Item 8, number 8, remarks. Any remarks anyone wants to make?
Yes, I'd like to know, Adam, where we are with the conduit for the hopeful solar system.
Believe that PR was submitted to Gilbane. Tim, jog my memory. Where are we at with that PR? Is that, or Zach? Is that ATP in process? I know we had the
That
additional
was-
discussions for solar, but not the conduit. I forgot what that is. Where that is.
Yeah, as of right now, I do not have a bulletin that we are pricing for that. But once I do have it, just to confirm where we need the stub ups to be over, then we can get that priced up. It should be a relatively quick pricing routine that we can get approved this month. Just need something over from KR and Tecton to get it done.
Yeah, I had a discussion with Justin about this last week at the ribbon cutting that he's working on it then. Now that we're talking about this. So yes, it's still on the radar. We still need to finalize it. Hopefully we can have something for the next meeting.
Great, thank you.
Any further remarks?
I'll just say,
Yeah.
can I make one comment, Graham?
Sure.
I'll just say congratulations to the team. It sounds like I don't have to get my U-Haul tonight and sneak out of town. So well done, everybody.
Well, wait till Facebook will be the judge. George.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
gotta make sure.
I'm in my car just to,
Yeah.
I'm driving down the highway just to get ready to go, just in case,
So one of the other things is we had great coverage on Channel 8 News this morning and in the Register front page articles, both really positive articles. I don't know if you saw them or not, but they're both really good.
Excellent. That's good. I didn't see that. Oh, and a reminder, we were doing the pollinator garden. We've reached out to the high school environmental club, and they're going to try to get people to participate, of which coincidentally my daughter actually founded the club in 2008. Small world. And the land trust is also going to participate, and hopefully some members of the building committee will be able to join us with some relatively small shovels, compact shovels. So, anyone else? Any other comments? With that, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn. Sharon,
I'll make that
honor?
motion.
I'll
you have a
second
second?
that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Got you out of there quick, Pete. Good luck tonight with the capital plan.